Since this country was founded, each generation of Americans has been summoned to give testimony to its national loyalty. The graves of young Americans who answered the call to service surround the globe. Now the trumpet summons us again. Only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
Your name and your age.
Gary Luby, 74,
Okay. And what war you fought in?
Vietnam.
My name is Brad Ichkuski and I'm 35 years old. Obviously September 11th happened, and then a couple months after that I started Operation Iraqi Freedom, and where I was stationed in Ramstein Air Base, Germany, in direct support of that operation, working at the 37th Air Wing, working on C-130s aircraft.
I enlisted when I was in high school, senior, 1963, with a delay program of 4 months. That means I had 4 months to, I wasn't graduated yet in high school, so I had a graduation, and then after I graduated, then I went in.
I joined the delayed entry program in August of 2000. Active duty, I joined July 2nd of 2001, and at that time there was really no big known conflicts going on.
Why did you decide to join the military?
Because I thought it was your, civic duty, patriotic duty or whatever. Everybody's got an obligation.
Enlisted in the Air Force because I had a love and a want to be around airplanes. That was kind of the driving force to pick the branch of service, and I always thought the military was intriguing.
So you enlisted before the war started, right?
Right.
Would you have enlisted still if the war was going on?
Probably.
Would you still have enlisted if there was a war going on at the time?
Definitely, yeah.
Can you explain how America went into Vietnam first, what their strategy was?
They were to stop the communists from taking over. That was the original plan. I was on the helicopter for 3 months there. There's a gunner on the door. Transport ARVNs over to zones where the Viet Cong were and stuff. And then after that, we were more or less ground troops. There was only a platoon of us over there. The rest of the troops were on ship. Most of them were my age. Of course, the sergeants and the upper grades were older. They were more or less career Marines. I turned 19 in a rice paddy, and now young.
Yeah.
I ate a lot of rice.
Oh.
We were on patrol in Sudas Village, and then me and Corman, and we got to deliver a baby there. I helped them. So that was one of the good things, I guess.
It started with Afghanistan,
Mm-hmm.
and then Iraqi Freedom. February, March of 02 or 03, we went into Operation Iraqi Freedom. It was an interesting time, and in that time, Germany really didn't know what President Bush at the time or where they stood, and how they were even getting along. Even to go off base was a little dangerous. I trained, obviously, San Antonio was basic training. Wichita Falls, Texas was where I went to school for aircraft maintenance, and my first duty station was Ramstein Air Base, Germany. I was over there 2 years and 2 months. It seems like forever ago, but we were doing so much all the time over there. Some of the fallen not even fallen soldiers, but like Jessica Lynch, who got injured when her tank rolled on her, and she was at the hospital there by the air base, and going up to meet her, and I mean, just different stuff like that. It was a crazy time because we got put on 7 days a week, 12-hour shifts, no days off. There was constant support. Wounded soldiers were coming in. You had 2 gyms on the base. Both of the gym floors, basketball floors, were filled with nothing but hospital beds, so they were packed full of wounded soldiers, and you'd go in and talk to them guys.
The media had an impact of what people here saw about the war. Do you think that they did a good job of explaining what really happened over there?
I think they did the best they could at the time. I don't see how else what other coverage they could give, because due to the equipment you have and stuff, and they were allowed, only certain parts to go into. They did a pretty good job, I think.
I didn't watch much media over there. There was so much media around when the wars broke out, and Ramstein Air Base is the central hub of Europe. A lot of the fallen soldiers were getting pushed through there, flown in, constant interviews going on the flight line.
How did you feel returning home?
Well, it felt good to get home, but there was a lot of, backlash from younger people and stuff, calling you names. It wasn't a good time.
Yeah.
They brought us home, and we stopped in Hawaii, and they gave us training, on how to be civilized.
Being stationed over there was, I'd say, very Americanized even back then. A lot of Americans were around, but yet you still had the old German culture that is out your back door. It's a great area to be in. A bit of regret, maybe I should have stayed in a little longer. I'd be retired next year, but...
Yeah. Do you think that the war was necessary?
I think at the time it was, but they kind of conducted it wrong. They should have went in there full force instead of, like they did a little at a time, and then they went in, and there was just too many Viet Cong.
I never say nothing's not necessary, because I don't like taking anything away from anybody that's has their life taken away in cause of it. Sometimes you might not know it or feel it, especially if somebody close to you dies or you have a kid or something, but there's always a purpose, and you just have to look at it that way.